Welcome to the online training for the Integrated Monarch Monitoring Program, or the IMMP. The IMMP is a program to collect data on monarch butterflies and their habitats across their North American breeding range. The data will be used by a variety of conservation professionals and researchers to advance our understanding of monarchs and their habitats, to set conservation objectives, and to monitor progress toward achieving them. We are really excited to have you join in this effort. In this online training video, we'll learn to conduct Activity 1, the Milkweed and Blooming Plant Survey. This involves walking through your site to examine the plants that are present and recording what you find. This activity gives us a picture of the monarch habitat at your site, including the amount of milkweed host plants and the amount of nectar resources available to monarchs and other pollinators. Data may be collected electronically on a smartphone or tablet, or may be noted on paper and entered onto a computer later on. Within this activity, our goals are to document the distribution of monarch breeding habitat, document changes in milkweed and nectar abundance by species and land use sector, and to explore the relationship of milkweed and nectar species to the presence of monarchs. To achieve these goals, we will measure the density and diversity of milkweed at each site, the frequency and species composition of blooming plants, and we will capture observations of monarchs coincidentally observed while monitoring vegetation. We recommend that you conduct this activity once per month throughout the time that monarchs are present in your area. This enables us to track how milkweed and nectar resources change throughout the season. However, data taken more or less frequently are still valuable. To participate in this activity, you will need a few items. First, you will need a GPS or mobile device to locate your monitoring plot corners unless you've already done so or flagged them. You will need a plant sampling frame that measures a 0.5 meter by 1 meter in order to record milkweed and blooming plants. You will also need a clipboard, the appropriate Activity 1 datasheets, and a writing utensil. You will either need a handheld compass or a compass on your mobile device to determine the direction in which to run transects through your plot. Lastly, we recommend that you use a 100-meter measuring tape to measure your transects and to keep track of subplot placement. If you feel confident in accurately pacing the appropriate distances, or using a smartphone distance tracker, you may also choose to use this method, which would not require the measuring tape. You may also want to bring a plant identification guide to assist with milkweed and blooming plant identification. You may purchase a monitoring kit from the Monarch Joint Venture online store, or you may provide your own monitoring equipment. The kits include the plant sampling frame, a tape measure, a clipboard, and a hand lens. To collect data in this activity, you will construct a series of transects through your site. Because it would be impossible to go through and sample every single plant at your site, we are using transects to take a subsample of the vegetation. A transect is defined as a straight line through an area in which observations are made or measurements taken. Transects are placed across a site with a tape measure as pictured on the slide. The placement of the transects depends on your site characteristics. We will configure monitoring plots according to the size and shape of your site. In the next video for Activity 1, please choose the appropriate type that you determined in monitoring plot setup.